All right, hello, and welcome back to the Farm to Film podcast, where we are going behind the scenes of my movie Snatched. And I'm Derek Stusinski, director, writer of Snatched, and I am here with Jules today. Jules, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm in Minnesota on a bit of a getaway here for my nephew's birthday party. If you're watching the video, we've got a whole, I got to show this. We
You
got
gotta show it.
Gengar. We got Gengar stuff everywhere. We're doing a Gengar themed birthday this weekend for
I wish I
my
could be there.
nephew.
That's awesome.
Hey, you know what? It's not too late. You could fly
I should
out.
fly in.
Yeah, why not? Do you say fly out or fly in? Like, what's the proper term?
I
Sorry to
don't,
put you on the spot here.
I feel like fly out if you're like the act of you leaving, but flying in if I'm arriving, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that
I
does make
don't
sense
know.
because I said fly in and you said fly out. So that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay,
There you
maybe
go.
that's, I have never thought about that. So
Well,
here you
now
go.
we figured it out so the world never has to ask that
They
question
can't
ever
mess it up
again.
anymore.
Jules, I'm so excited to talk to you. So Jules was our AC for our second AC, right?
Yes.
There are so many roles in film that many people have probably never heard of, and I think this is maybe one of them. So, Jules, enlighten us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the role of the AC and the second AC.
Yeah. So, I mean, the camera department is it's a big world, and I honestly think it took me so long, even post grad, because I went to Emerson for film, to like understand the like hierarchy or the roles within the camera department. So the first AC, their main role is to pull your focus. That is their job. They are pulling focus, they are locked in, making sure those shots are crisp. Honestly, one of the most crucial roles on a film set.
Hmm.
Um, and then the second AC is also a very crucial role. They're slating, they're handling the slate, they're talking to the sound guy, making sure that they're matched up. You're swapping lenses, you're cleaning filters, you're cleaning lenses. You have both ACs can handle those roles as well. But primarily the second AC is like camera logs, camera reports, slating. First is your focus puller. And it's a vast world. You can do camera operating too if you're an AC. Like people really like on this shoot, Jack, who was focus pulling, also was camera operating. So you
Hmm.
can kind of combine the roles and get a little crazy with it depending on what the shoot calls for too.
Yeah, and budget constraints too.
Yeah.
Like obviously we were working under a smaller budget than if we were doing, like a big, $1 million feature. We would have a lot more roles. So, I'm wearing a producer hat as well as directing, even though I would like to just do all the fun creative stuff. The producing stuff gets me a little stressed having to do all the production roles. But yeah, so we were very very lucky to get to have you on our big day on Wednesday. So unfortunately, you and I did not get to spend a lot of time together on set, but it was a 16-hour day. So in a way, we spent 2 days together.
We did spend 2 days together.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you for the filling us in on the AC roles.
Yeah.
I would love to just go back and get a little bit of your background before we dive too much deeper into Snatched and in your current life in LA. Can you take me back to like where you're from and like what first sparked your interest in the film world?
Yeah, so I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm actually here right now.
We're both back
Um,
home.
yeah, we're both back home and wearing matching shirts.
Hmm.
So
Almost, so close.
almost. The
Same
colors
color,
one swatch off maybe.
close enough.
Um, so yeah, I'm from Long Island. I grew up in a little town called West Islip. Uh, it's there's not a lot going on here. I mean, there's more happening in New York City, obviously, and I think I always strive to like be in a place that had more happening. So I always
Hmm.
wanted to live in New York, and that was kind of a dream for me until I went to Emerson College in Boston for film. And they have an LA program. So I studied mainly cinematography and 16 millimeter film at Emerson College. And then my last semester I did their LA program, and I kind of just got stuck out here, and I'm so happy I did because it was never in the cards for me. It was always like a dream for me as a kid to be in New York. I mean, ever, as long as I can remember, I was always filming like little vlogs with my brother on my camcorder and telling him that like we're telling the audience that the quality would be better
Hmm.
in every video. I was like, we're gonna get a better camera. So I think I really, from a young age, didn't realize I was into cinematography. Wanted to probably shoot our vlogs on an IMAX camera. I feel like that's
Hmm.
what my brain was wanting as a kid. Um, so like it kind of naturally fell into place for me. Everything was
Hmm.
kind of just by the flow of it. I feel like I like to think that I'm a control freak about where I want to be and when I want to be there, but like I just ended up in LA with a ton of camera gear and a dream, and now I'm still out there. It's been only a year and a half actually, so
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
fresh for me.
Okay, that's good. A lot of East Coasters will come out to LA and hate it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're enjoying the experience because LA's got a lot to offer. Obviously, there are some differences and it's not meant for everyone, which is good, honestly. We don't need more people in LA. It's pretty packed already. Awesome. So, do you have like a movie that you remember like as a kid looking back and being like, "Oh, that's like when I really started getting interested in the film world."
That's such a good question because I didn't really grow up like I mean my parents were always into like true crime and like watching those
Oh, okay.
kinds of things. Um
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really grow up like watching a ton of movies. I grew up on like cartoons as a kid. Like I was always
Mm,
watching SpongeBob or something like that. And then
yes.
I remember when YouTube first came out, and then that's when I started making videos with my brother. And that like I can't even attribute I had like phases like after like maybe I was about 10 I like was really into 80s movies, and then I had like a phase where I was really into just like Instagram editing and editing these like TV shows and movies. So I think that's
Okay.
where like the artistic and like the cinematography spark kind of started to cook up.
Okay.
But I think prior to that, it was really just filming YouTube videos with my brother because we were on YouTube, like we were chronically online at a
What
young
was it?
age.
What was your content?
So mainly we were really into just he was really into video games, and as a younger
Mm,
sister, obviously I joined the bandwagon.
I'm also
Um
very into video games.
yeah. So we would play like we do like playthroughs and we do like Smash Bros and like Minecraft
Love.
video playthroughs together. And we also had like a separate sector of content that was like we just had so many Nintendo plushies, like and Pokemon plushies more than you could believe. And also like I was into American Girl dolls and Barbie. So we combined the two and we just had like episodes where like we had like Luigi was like going in the Barbie camper or something. And it was just like this like batshit like just crazy childhood where we just loved YouTube and we wanted to
Uh-huh.
get an audience and had
Uh-huh.
a crappy like Sony Handycam and just went with it. So that was my whole childhood was just watching YouTube and making YouTube videos with my brother.
Okay. But did you ever do a true crime documentary with your plushies?
You know what? Now to come to think of it, I feel like we did
Yeah, that would
because
make sense.
we made like a time capsule and we
Hmm.
buried Luigi in the dirt of our backyard. So
Okay.
I don't know if he's still there.
We gotta check out
He's
Luigi.
somewhere. We have to go check on him, but
He gets
he's somewhere.
scared.
He does get scared.
Yeah, he's a
So
scaredy cat.
we'll see.
Oh my God. Very fun. Very fun. I got involved in a little bit of the true crime world when I first moved to LA. I did a
Yeah.
couple like crime reenactment shows
So
for like investigation discovery stuff. So I've been murdered. I murdered someone. It's a fun world. True crime. Are you still like into that true crime? What do you say is like your like kind of go-to content to consume when it comes to film or TV?
I think for me, I mean, I love true crime. I think almost for a second there when I was in high school, I had a forensics class and I was really
Hmm.
into it. Um, and I was like, there was a like a blip in my life where I wanted to do like forensics and things like that. But it was definitely a phase because
Okay.
what had happened was I had a teacher sub for my actual forensics teacher, and he worked on some crazy case out here on Long Island and got fired because he showed us actual evidence photos. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, I'm good. No more of that. But I still consume it a little bit. I think
Okay.
to a degree, but the main medium, well, not medium, the main style of just like media I consume is definitely like I try to go to so many indie theaters in LA and all the repertory theaters and see like
Hmm.
these small directors and anything that's coming out. I love going to the New Bev. I love going to the Arrow and the Los Feliz 3. And just consuming art. I mean, when
Hmm.
I discovered David Lynch in college, that was it. Like I was that kid,
Mm.
and that's
Okay.
kind of how it's been since. So I definitely am more of like a thriller and psychological, like offbeat type of person, but I do
Yeah.
love like elements of like I think a lot of the offbeat like psychological movies I like do have elements of that like true crime aspect
Okay.
bleeding in a way.
Okay. What's like a example of a film that you have really liked in the last few years that you would recommend?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. I have like I have to look at my letterbox. I'm gonna cheat.
Okay, yeah, please,
I'm gonna
please.
cheat and pull it out.
No worries.
Um, because my top four is like it's a little some of the movies are definitely things people have seen. Like I love Eternal Sunshine. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Mm. Hmm.
Um, but I think like a movie that I was dying to see for such a long time and only got access to like a couple of months ago was the movie Head, but which is the band the Monkees movie, and it's like this
Okay.
crazy psychedelic um it's such a trippy movie and it's absolutely insane
Okay.
visually and just like plot wise. Like there's, I have no idea what's happening, but it's amazing. And I'd also say, this is my hot take for the people listening is SLC Punk with Matthew Lillard
Okay.
is a better Train Spotting. And that
Okay.
maybe it's not a fair comparison, but that movie, I feel like not enough people have seen it. And it
Mm.
is just one of the most like emotional, cool, odd movies. It's there's a lot happening, but
Okay. I
all
got
my favorites are
two
kind of
movies I'm adding to my list, to my watch
yeah,
list. All
definitely
right.
check them out. Some of my
Awesome.
those are my top four. But my favorite movie of all time is Wild at Heart by David Lynch, and
Okay.
I can watch that every day for the rest of my life. That is one of my favorite movies ever.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So you went to college you studied film and now and then you ended up in LA and walk me through a little bit of sort of like your set experience and what you've been up to since graduation and then I want to know how we even got connected because I didn't meet you until we landed
What I
on set.
walked on set.
Yeah.
Um, it's crazy. I feel like when I first moved out to LA, I mean, I was working in a rental house that I still am there part-time at.
Hmm.
Um, because everyone who wants to be a cinematographer, I think even though I'm still kind of in the early stages of that
Yeah.
career, my best advice would be to go to a rental house. That like
Mm.
changed everything for me because I was touching gear and meeting cinematographers every single day and had to learn all of this equipment to be able to test it and make sure it worked because that was my primary responsibility. So post grad, I moved to LA, immediately started doing that part time. But then I had those few months that I feel like most folks have when they come to LA, which is just like, this is not the Hollywood dream. Like, I'm not getting onto sets. I don't know where to look. I don't know who to
Mm.
talk to.
Hmm.
Um, and I think I also just had like a bit of a fear about like not knowing enough because
Mm.
I feel like after graduating, and after like looking back from a year and a half from like looking back at the past year and a half, I'm like everything that I've gathered has been from the sets I've done. And the way that I
Hmm.
found all these sets was through Instagram or just through like trying to get coffee with people and doing the networking thing.
Hmm.
But then after about a year and a half, which is where I'm at now, it's finally starting to pick up. And it just
Okay.
feels like I'm jumping on all of these projects and being open to roles. And I think the main thing, like, I took away from the first year I've been here is just like, you have to be willing to just try any role. Like, you could be a grip, you could be just do anything for these indie projects and meet cool people, talk to
Hmm.
them. Um, so that's been my whole time in LA has been part-timing at a rental house and just like jumping on all these sets and just talking to people. Um, and it's been a great year.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, a year and a half is nothing. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you've done a lot. You're hustling, which I feel like anyone ever like becomes successful is like you have to hustle, and that's like step one is like figure out how to get on set by like whatever professional means possible. Like don't like go like like trespassing and climbing over fences and like stalking people, but like get a job, hustle. Like I started out interning. Initially, I went to acting school, so I was like trying to be an actor because for me growing up on a farm watching movies, that's what I saw. I saw the people on screen, and I said, "Oh, I want to be a part of that." And I didn't know all the other aspects that went into movie making. Obviously, I knew that like there's people that shoot a movie, there's a cameraman, there's a director. But like to me, I thought the director held the camera. So
Yeah.
like that's how little I knew about film leaving the farm. And I think a lot of people sort of start there in the acting world and then sort of realize, oh, I love films. I don't necessarily love acting. There's so many other aspects of filmmaking that are um fun and creative. And so I think it's really cool that like you started out knowing like, oh no, I want to shoot this thing. I want to be the camera person. I want to like set the shots. I want to make things look cool. And but yeah, I started out hustling, interning and casting.
Yeah.
It's sort of like where I tripped and fell into because I was like, oh, I got to meet the casting people, and then they'll cast me in their projects. And funny thing is, they only ever saw me as a casting director, probably because I was just too good at it. And I got stuck in that for a while, and I was like, this is not really what I love. I want to be on set. So and I started writing more, and I was like, I just love storytelling. And so now I'm like exploring the writing, directing stuff. And this is my first gig, and I've been in LA for 14 years. This is my first directing gig. So,
I didn't
you
even
know,
notice that. I didn't realize it was your first gig. You were fantastic. So I was
oh,
like,
well, thank you.
he knows what he's doing.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I had a lot of support, so it was easy to, I think, look like I knew what I was doing. Um, Julia, sorry, not Julia, Jules.
You're good.
Um, do you have any fun set stories or that you can share with us? Any exciting Hollywood moments, standout memories?
Ooh, I mean, I was just on a really, really fun set
Hmm.
this past weekend. Um, I was shooting a music video in pretty much Philadelphia. It was like in the middle of nowhere, New Jersey, for this band called Water Gun. And
Mm.
I DP'd this music video for them. And we kind of, it was at a racetrack. So we kind of went into it thinking, okay, like there was going to be a lot of factors because it's going to be dusty. Like we were in the round, like we were in the
Mhm.
center of the racetrack, filming these cars racing around the band, which is by far one of the coolest things I think I've ever done, and I'm like still not over it because it was insane. But like I'm so willing to get the shot, so I was just throwing myself in this mud. My like jeans were covered to like my thighs, just in this mud. Everyone was just like sunburnt. We were running around getting like all these like videos of just because we wanted to be very documentary style within the music video too. So we were meeting
Okay.
all these really cool like race car drivers and stuff, and they were so down with being filmed in a way that I am not used to in like the film world. Like walking around LA, if I pull out a camera and try to do something like street photography style, most people surprisingly would not be down with it. But
Hmm.
everyone here was so into it and was just really wanting to be a part of this video. So it kind of felt like such a Hollywood moment for me because everyone, like, we had this guy who offered us his RV to charge our gear. It was just like everyone was so willing to be super hands-on and like it was so fun and just messy. Um, And like that's the type of filmmaking that really like just draws me. It's just everyone
Yeah.
being down to just throw themselves into it
Hmm.
and just get dirty with it. Because we were, by the time I left, I was just like literally had to just be in my underwear and my t-shirt. And I was like, I had to throw my pants out and like nothing left. And I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. This is how the 3 hour drive home is going to be. So that's probably like, I mean, I love every set I've been on, but
Yeah.
that like radically changed me in a way that like reminded me why I like this. And I think I
Mm.
haven't had that in a couple of like maybe in like a month or like a couple of months where I've just been like not shooting stuff like that. So it was just
Hmm.
kind of this crazy moment for me.
That's fun. Yeah, like the best sets are when everyone is just down to clown,
Yeah,
and it just feels like you're making magic with your friends.
it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Jules, how did you get connected with was it Sam? Was it Jack? Who connected you to me? Yeah, how did you get into my world?
So I actually worked with Jack, who was cam
Okay.
opping on Snatched, and
Hmm.
him and I worked together on this short film called Simp in November
Okay.
of last year. He's the VFX guy and he is also the editor. And he came to set a few times and we met. I was second ACing it. Um, and the set went on for a really long time and we just vibed really well together. He ended up one of the nights was like 20 out. Like we had a really long night one of these days and he offered to sub in and second AC for me after like about 18 hours.
Oh my
And I was like,
gosh.
you are he's just a really cool guy.
Jack is
Um
great.
super talented too. So
Hmm.
he texted me out of the blue and was just like, I have this short Snatched, and I immediately like looked it up and I was like, this is I'm so down to second this. This is so cool. So that's kind of how I got connected with
All
Snatch.
right. I love it. It's just, like one thing leads into the next. And
It does.
you stay busy and it's just a matter of time until another job pops up. So,
It is.
yeah, Jack is great. He was so talented. He was on set as our second camera op. And I haven't talked to him on the pod yet, but Jack is hard at work on our VFX. And so I've been kind of like waiting a little bit till he's like, a little bit more deeper into the VFX because we just got started on VFX within the last couple of weeks in terms of like trading notes back and forth and getting him all the footage from Sam. And so, we're hitting sort of like that final phase of post-production. And so I'm excited to get Jack on here and talk more about what he does in the VFX, without spoiling too much of what of what we're doing. Um, but yeah, Jules, what else do you spend your time doing outside of the film world? Give us a little more insight into who Jules is.
I'm all over the place. I feel like I
Hmm.
do a lot of different jobs out in LA. I mean, it's editorial. I do a lot of editorial work. Um, but I think like the main thing I love to do more than anything is just curate. Like I just moved into a new apartment with my partner, Waylon,
Hmm.
and curating the apartment and like interior designing it has been like the only thing I've cared about for the past couple of months since we've moved.
Hmm.
Um, because as an artist too, there are times where I'm just home editing or I'm just home prepping for shoots, and I really want my space to be conducive to that and to feel
Yeah.
artistic. And I feel like
Hmm.
I've moved around so much in LA since being here. Now I finally have a place that I'm banking on being for a while.
Hmm.
So it's been like designing that. I develop 16 millimeter motion picture film at home. So I've been
Oh,
trying to
cool.
like make like a chemically safe slash like weird kind of environment or room outside or off to the side where I can do that
Hmm.
um and create. I love film. I love 16. I think it's kind of like what I live and breathe even outside of being on set.
Hmm.
Is just trying to watch movies. Every week, my partner and I, if we can, try to see at least three movies, try to like
Wow.
think of movies. We've been writing a short. So we
Okay.
have just all these crazy ideas. And I think it's really nice to also live with someone who's surrounded by it as well in a different
Hmm.
way. So I feel like every day is just trying to take more steps towards finding my creative voice in LA because I think that's something that I'm still trying to tap into. Um,
Hmm.
so that's most of my free time is just curating and creating and trying to um find my voice a little bit more as a
Full, full,
cinematographer.
yeah, fully immersed in the
Yeah.
film. Yeah, yeah, that's fortunately and unfortunately, it's kind of what it takes to make it in Hollywood these days. Like you have to make your stuff. You have to do your thing. You have to. It's can be exhausting sometimes. I'm like I need a vacation because I'm hustling left and right, and then I'm spending all my free time in my mind writing new stories and trying to figure out what's like the one that I'm going to push all my chips all in on. Um, and it's fun to actually be in the midst of that and the all in moment. And that's where we are right now. And I'm ready to be on the other side of it and to start to, sharing all of the chips with the world, left
Yeah,
and
I'm
right.
excited to see Snatched. It's gonna be awesome. It's so cool too because it's like when you have an idea like that, it seems so logistically like crazy. Like even being on set, I don't want to spoil any of the cool things that Kyle, who did the SFX, did, but I feel like it
Hmm.
was just so cool to see how passionate, like specifically he was, and a lot of people were on the shoot to bring that
Hmm.
together. So
Hmm.
I'm
I
excited
mean,
to see
talk about getting into the mud. I mean, he literally buried
it.
himself in trash.
He really did. I was just like, that's someone who's passionate right there. That's someone
Hmm.
who actually really cares about what they're doing. And it was just really
Yes.
cool to see that.
Yes, I keep teasing all of our listeners with all the sort of hinting at things that we can't really talk about. So if you say anything you're not supposed to, don't worry, I'll just edit around it. I'll bleep you out. But speaking of Snatch, should we share some BTS pics and chat a little
Yeah,
bit more about set? This is the first picture we got of you on set. You very concentrated, but
very locked in.
I love the lighting here.
The lighting's on.
Um, yeah, take me back to that day, like coming into set, and sort of just like a little, I didn't get to, like I said, we barely got to meet. And in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I'm going to do a podcast about this one day. And so we'll get to chat and I'll get to hear your
Yeah.
experience. But, um, yeah, take me back to that day, like coming onto set and, what was that day like for you?
It was really exciting. I mean, I've haven't done a night shoot in a while, so I was super excited to come on. And I mean, it was super like the week before I kind of just was asked and I was super down with it. I think the second I walked in and I saw all the drag queens just all done up and looking incredible, I was like, this is gonna be an amazing short. I just can tell.
Mhm.
So I mean, the main thing that I do, especially when I'm seconding, is just like it's like an anxiety thing too, where like you just kind of have to like recite the phonetic alphabet in your head before you start preparing the slate because you don't want to mess it up. Um, so I think when I first got there, I was a little nervous, but I was super excited. And to see a bunch of new faces and all these drag queens. Um, and it was really cool. I remember immediately being super comfortable and just like really down with everything going on. Um, so I was just
Yeah.
excited to be there.
Yes, and this was of course in the bar scene, which we've talked a lot about. It
Yes.
was a big day, a lot happened that day. And here's a picture of you about to slate. Hold on, can I zoom in here and see? Um, we are doing scene 7, take 2 of Snatched here. Um, and yeah, it's a little shot of you in action. And for anyone who up to this point didn't, heard us talking about a slate and maybe didn't know what that was. That's the thing in film that you click action right before action. It has all the information of the scene, so that our editor can look at that and know where we are in in the script. Um, and yeah, this is a great shot of you, Jules.
Awesome. I was in my bangs era there. Um,
Oh. Yeah, I didn't even notice, but yeah, is that a new era?
That was a previous era.
Yeah.
I have phases with my bangs, and I think that this was like freshly in the new year, and I was like, they were gro in a weird place.
Hmm.
But yeah.
So once you so for again for our less for our non-film listeners, so you come on set, you slate, and then where do you go? What do you do?
Hide. You hide. You hide. This is something that I've been trying to master. And it's just like when you slate, like you need to quickly find one, the quickest way to get off screen, but also to not be in actors' eye lines and to also just not be in the way of wherever the camera's panning, tilting, rolling. You just have to try to get out of the way. And it's like
Hmm.
that is like kind of anxiety inducing because the one thing is there's such an art to doing a slate. Like you always have to, once you sit down and the take's rolling, you have to quietly try to scribble on the next take so that you can be prepared to just get up and slate the next one. Because
Hmm.
it's like if you're writing as you're walking up to the camera, I mean people probably won't judge you, but I'm like I gotta be ready to go.
Yeah,
So
you never want the set to be like waiting on you.
Yeah. So being a second, like the slate is actually kind of scary because you're like the star of the movie for about 2 seconds. You're standing in front of
Uh-huh.
that camera and you're letting the editor know where we're at.
Uh-huh.
This shot is MOS, so when you do MOS, which is no sound, you have your fingers between the teeth of the slate.
Hmm.
Um, and then numbering and calling out letters can be a whole different art depending on the sound person and the script supervisor.
Yeah.
Um, which is something I also learned is it's super collaborative with the sound person. And if you're a second AC and you talk to the sound person and you say like you talk like they love you. If you're an AC and you want to like check in with them, they're like you our editor is going to love both of us because we're making sure that everything is aligned.
Hmm.
Um, for folks who don't know, the sound person usually has a kit where on their sound recorder they can mark the takes like literally in the system on set live, which is very
Hmm.
um
So
so I
you're very collaborative. Ellis was our sound guy. So
yes,
you guys must have got to know each other well that day.
we did. I
Hmm.
Ellis is apparently a legend because a lot of people that I know are mutuals with Ellis. So it was cool to work with an LA legend.
Hmm. Yeah, I was just looking and on Instagram, and we have like 22 mutuals.
Yeah.
I got to get Ellis on the pod too. I got to follow up with him. Speaking of hiding, I do have this other picture that I really like because here we are in the. And speaking of Ellis, I'm on set here with KBBQ who plays karaoke. We're outside the bar in the alley scene, and this was. Let's see, hold on. Do we have a timestamp on this? Let me zoom in because I love this picture because it's a very good example of you hiding and trying to get out of there as fast as you can. I don't see a time code on
Ready
this.
to
I don't know,
go.
but um, oh yeah, this is right before John was throwing the garbage can in the alleyway, and yeah, a great example of get in there and then run and hide.
Yeah, it's a super physical rule.
Mhm.
You gotta run and hide, and be out of
Um,
the way.
do you have any like memorable moments of success or failure? I mean, I know we talked about getting into the mud and stuff on things, but in terms of like running and hiding, because I will say, and I mean this as a compliment, Jules. Um, I didn't like notice you for so much of the so success. You did a great job of running and hiding in terms of like all the chaos of things going on. I was never like, ah, Jules is in the way.
That I appreciate because there have
Yes.
been definitely fails, or just failures like where you kind of have no time to fix the slate and you just have to slate it out and call it out. And it's if the
Mm,
writing's wrong, I've learned after many indie projects how to avoid miswriting on the slate. But I think the one time I had a failure was I was in this tiny room for this short and it was like literally the size of a closet and we were filming a pretty intimate scene too. So I was like,
Hmm.
one, I need to be completely out of the actor's sight because like I can't get out of here, but I also don't want them to like see me. So I was like, I got to figure this out.
They're
So
locking eyes with you as they're
yeah,
professing their love to someone.
I was like, I can't have this. Um, so I slated and I immediately like they were already rushing because we were behind. So I was like, okay, what do I do? I can't get out of the room because opening the door, climbing over the wires, and like the lighting
Hmm.
setup, I can't do this. So I was like,
You knock over a light and unplug some cords.
my biggest nightmare is like I always try like if I'm the cinematographer, I'm loud, I'm there, but if I'm the second AC, I'm trying my best to just like snake my way through the set.
Hmm.
So I had no time to get out. So I was like, okay, shit, I have to sit. I sat right behind the director, just kind of made myself like a box. And I we had to go up for the take, and I don't want the slate to like slam onto the floor for audio purposes or anything. So
Hmm.
I like quickly placed it like kind of next to my legs, and the director stepped back in the middle of the take. And this wasn't my slate either, obviously. So it's just like the slate just cracks in half. And I'm like,
Oh no.
no.
Was it an
Um,
old school slate or was it like a
it was
fancy
a
one?
dummy slate, but
Okay.
like the DP, he was very meticulous and he was super talented, but it could
Hmm.
tell like he saw it crack, and I was like,
Whoops.
I felt so bad, and you could hear it in the take too. Like just like it's like this is I've never
Live and
cracked.
learn.
I mean, the electronic ones there too are beefy, so cracking
Yeah.
ones have to take a lot of strength.
You have to be
But it
very
was
strong. Yeah.
one of those old school ones.
Hmm.
But that definitely was a moment for me where I was like, this is not good. I think one of the craziest slating experiences that I've ever had was slating for Aaron Taylor Johnson for this like,
Oh,
and I didn't know
tell
this.
us more.
I didn't know this is like while I was in college, like
Hmm.
interning at the rental house, and I had no idea how to slate because I didn't know I wanted to be um a second AC. Well, I
Hmm.
it's part of the many roles I want to do, but
Sure.
DP is the main sitch. But seconding over firsting.
Okay.
um, so I had no idea how to slate. And my boss, who worked at the rental house, just brought me onto the set. And he was just like, I need you to PA. I was like, okay, like peeing, easy enough. I ate my words after that. Um, and we get there and they're like, talent's coming. And I'm like, oh, like, cool. Like, who's the
Who's
talent? It's
here?
Aaron Taylor Johnson walks in and we're filming this ad for Craven the Hunter.
Okay.
And he's in this, it's in this laundromat in the valley. Um, and now I'm like, I have never really slated outside of a film school set. Aaron Taylor Johnson is standing before me. I don't know what I'm doing. Because I've also
Fake it
never
till you make it, Jules.
fake it till you make it. I had never worked with a time code slate. So I didn't
Hmm.
know that like you don't have to shout out a lot of the things. You kind of can just like
Hmm.
call the take and slate it or just slate it. So I'm like sitting on my phone furiously Googling everything, just like hiding my phone like on my hip and just like trying
Hmm.
to research how like it completely leaves you when you're on a set like
Hmm.
that's higher stakes and you're like new to it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have no idea how to slate this guy. This is literally like my goat. Like Aaron Taylor Johnson is in the room with us, and he is going to watch us slate this commercial, and he's gonna be like, "Who did you hire?" Um,
Hmm. I'm sure he
so
wasn't at all in his head about his acting and, all his
totally,
process. Yep.
um, absolutely not.
Okay.
But
Do you think he remembers you? Did you go unnoticed?
I did go unnoticed, but I will say he is the nicest guy.
Mm.
And I worked with there's this cinematographer that I work with a lot, will have worked with in the past that is just so he's so kind and was just so collaborative in explaining things to me, which is my favorite. Just anybody on a set who's willing to like give you a constructive note quickly and
Hmm.
kindly. So
Yeah.
he was able to do it very subtly and like help me fix the slate at this early stage of
Hmm.
my life.
Hmm.
But Aaron was a sweetheart. He came up to me at the end of the shoot and was just like, "You were awesome," like shook my hand. Um, and had such a good vibe to him. He seemed like very lax and just like he just wanted to hang. Like he was not he's only met a few actors in my career so far, but Aaron was super nice and
Mhm.
like um did not feel anxious to slate him at all. So he
Okay, good.
was cool.
After the initial anxiousness,
Mhm. After
it
the
all went
initial
away. That's good.
anxiousness.
I always like to hear when actors are nice
Me
people, you
too.
know. I love those stories.
It makes
100%. Yes. Okay, I got two more quick pictures to share.
yeah.
This is just a great picture of you on set, looking great in that pink lighting.
The pink lighting was awesome. The way
Hmm.
that alley was lit up and we did like a wet down is very cool looking. I'm so
Hmm.
excited to see those shots.
I know they look great. Yeah, David did such a good job with everything.
Oh yeah.
And then this other picture of you, one more picture of you just kind of barely this is just like your hands
Yeah. Just my
kind of
hands, my
coming
hair
in.
twin.
Uh-huh.
Um
We see just a little bit of it's all the lighting is very dim, so we do see you if you look
yeah.
closely, but um yeah, this is one of the shots of our drag queen in the alleyway that is on our merch site. Merch available now if you want to support post-production costs for Snatched. Check all
Yeah.
our merch. Um and I love this shot. This is such a great shot in the alleyway, and yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you. She looked so cool. She was awesome.
Uh-huh.
She was amazing. Her
Hmm.
performance
Yeah.
was great.
Did you get to she played by Cameron Cowperthwaite, who plays Jimmy, aka Miss Tickle here. Did you get much interaction with them?
I didn't really, but I was
Hmm.
just very enthralled. I was just enamored by the performance. I was like, this is amazing. That whole alley sequence, I think, I mean, I was obviously only there for that day,
Yeah.
but that sequence, I can already tell when I see the short is going to be my favorite bits of it because the performances were so fun. There's a lot of action in it. Um,
Hmm.
there's a lot of gore. There's a lot of cool things happening.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
We have glam, we have dance, we have, music and gore, and yeah, a lot of action, a lot of stuff. We really crammed a lot
it was
into
a
those three
lot.
days. Yeah. Um, Speaking of drag, Jules, do you have much experience with drag? Is this something you've come across much? What's sort of like your background when it comes to the drag world?
I am like still I'm still stepping into the drag world as it was. I mean, I think
Hmm.
for me, the most I've ever done with drag, I've done drag because I was Chapel Roan for Halloween.
Oh,
So
we
that
love
was
Chappell Roan. Shout out.
love her. I think she kind of opened like up the world for me. I mean, I've always like watched a little bit of RuPaul. I'm familiar, but seeing her like as a woman doing this was something I don't know why, it just never really was something that I thought was like a possibility for whatever
Hmm.
reason or like had considered. And I was like, this is so cool just to see
Yeah.
her like rocking it and like really like putting it into the world in this really cool way. Um, and I like her looks are just some of my favorite like performance looks across the board. Like take
Hmm.
drag out of it, like her performances, like the drag looks she does are just insane. So I had like to teach myself drag makeup for Halloween, and it was so cool.
Hmm.
I had never done it. I've never done it on someone else, let alone myself. Um, so I just had like all these different like white paints and all these different like concealers and I was like, I brought it with me when I was out on Halloween to like touch it up.
Oh
Because I did,
yes.
I forget which look it was. It might have been her like
Is it
long.
on your Instagram? I want to find it. You
It
have to
is on
send.
my Instagram. Um,
I'm I'm scrolling. I'm trying to find your Chapel Rowan, because yeah. So I was trying to also. I know there's a term for women who do drag as women, not drag kings, because that's women who do drag as
yeah.
men, but like, like your Dolly Partons and your Chapel Rowan, who are like women who essentially dragify themselves as a drag queen.
So cool.
um uh but yeah, I love that. That's very cool. I can't hold on, I can't find it. That's okay.
It's like at the
Send
bottom of the grid, but I'll send you it.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
It was like her it was like her eat it was the I don't know if it was like an eat the rich kind of thing, but it was like an
Okay.
eat me shirt that
Oh,
she
here it
wore.
is. Here it is. Here it is. Got
Yeah,
it. Oh, yeah, that's great.
thank you.
Look at
Um,
you.
this was my first time doing like drag makeup ever.
Hmm.
And looking back, I think I would have done a different one of her looks. But there were so many chapels out
That
that
you,
day. It was really
hmm
cool to see like all the it was like the multiverse of chapels, and it was very cool to see them all.
Look, it's
You
West
know.
Hollywood, so
Yeah.
you're always no. It's I feel like no matter what you dress up as, you're always going to like run into somebody in a matching costume. That's part of the fun about going to like the WeHo strip for Halloween. I went a couple years ago. I did the for the French pole vaulter.
Yeah.
Who went viral, and there was I was like, oh, this is a good like unique costume, like no one else is going to be dressed. There was at least like five other people dressed as the French pole vaulter, so I got a few pictures with my doppelgangers out there.
It's so crazy too because in LA like that's like you'll do something you think is niche and that's the place where everyone will be matching with you. I'm already
hmm
planning my Halloween costumes for next year. I
Yeah, I was
love
going to ask, what do you have? Can you share? Or is it a secret?
Yeah. No, it's not I have a couple in mind.
Okay.
Because I love the art of like performance and dra like just dressing up and being someone else, which I think is a part of this like a part of drag. It's my
hmm
favorite. I wish Halloween was like every month because I would do something every month if I could. Um,
In Hollywood, it kind of is.
it kind of is. So if anyone has a costume party or a themed party, like call me because I will
Okay.
be. Um, so for this Halloween, um, I've never been big on like couples costume, but my partner and I
hmm
kind of have some ideas that we've been throwing at the wall. Um, so one of them is like me being Hercules and him being Meg.
Okay.
That's one of the few ideas.
Love.
Another one is we want to this is probably one of the ones that will happen is we really want to be Daft Punk.
Okay.
Because we've been mourning them. I've been in like a phase where I've been like really mourning Daft Punk. So
Uh-huh.
it's like we should just get the helmets and I'll wear the gold one and you'll wear the silver one and we'll all we have to do is wear all black. It will be sweaty, but
Easy.
we'll
Great.
rock it. Um,
Yes.
so that's another one. We have so many we're throwing at the wall. Jessica
hmm
Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. I've been
Mm.
Jessica Rabbit before, but I've never done it in like a pairing, so I thought that would be
hmm
super fun. And then the last idea we were throwing around is Nick Cage and Laura Dern in Wild at Heart. Because it is one
Okay.
of my favorite movies. And I'm like, of all places in the world where we be recognized and not like I think my one thing with Halloween is I never want to do a costume that's like not recognizable. But I
Mm.
also like to do like those like nicher kind of weirder costumes. But of
Yeah.
all cities, all places, Los Angeles is the place to do like being the French pole vaulter or something like that.
Yes.
People will
Yes.
know what's up.
100%. Yeah.
So those are all the ideas.
I kind of like doing something where people at first are like, wait, what are you? And then you give them the reference and they go, oh yeah. One year I did did you see Nope?
I did see Nope.
I just did, you know, the opening scene where there's all that stuff falling from the sky?
Yeah.
And then like there's like a key that gets like embedded into the horse's like booty and they do like a little close up of like so I just did a cowboy from Nope and I had a
This is
key,
amazing.
just a key sticking out of my bloody face.
Did people like pick up
No,
on it?
I mean, nobody was like, "Oh, you're from," because it's not a direct reference. It's more because nobody gets a key in their face in that
Yeah.
movie. But I just took the key from the horse and put it in my face, and so
It's
nobody got the direct reference. But then as soon as I told people if they'd seen the movie, then they got it.
that's cool though, because it is like it's just a cool take on it. So people
Yeah.
probably thought it was awesome when they finally realized what you were doing.
It's also just like you see someone with a key sticking out their face and it's like bloody and you're like okay I don't really I taught myself how to do a little special effects makeup on YouTube just with like liquid latex just like simple like wounds and so I love like just like trying to make it look real so that when you walk by people kind of like
So like
turn it they have to turn to look. Is
so
that real? Are you okay?
that makeup like that is so cool. I was just
I
on a
love it.
whole short with a lot of like special effects makeup and makes me flinch when people do it really well. So
Yes.
it's such an art. It's super cool.
Yes. And um yeah, Jules, what have I not asked you that I should know about you? Not forget that there's people listening, the audience. You can you can tell them if you want, but me, what should I know about you that I don't already know?
This is a good question. It's a hard question, but it's a good question.
Well, you're welcome. You have 10 seconds to think.
Hitting me with
Otherwise,
tough
we're on
questions.
a podcast. I'm just
I
kidding. No rush.
I think maybe that I really want to dabble into music more. I think that that's
Oh, okay.
the thing. I really love music.
Hmm.
And
Are you a big concert goer?
not, you know what? I used
Yeah.
to be such a big concert goer. Um, but for whatever reason, like now I get kind of fatigued by it. Like I love
Mm,
shooting shows. Sometimes I'll do concert photography and like
mm,
having an activity to do while I'm there is cool. Um, I haven't been as big in the concert world as I used to be because I went quite a bit as a kid.
sure,
I
sure.
think the only concert as of late that really was like I can stay at this can go on for 24 hours straight and I
Hmm.
will be there is Lady Gaga's Mayhem Ball.
Ah,
Um
yes.
that she's just like she's one of my personal heroes. So that's something you should know about me is I am
Also
like
very drag.
the um she is one of my personal heroes and I'm the biggest Lady Gaga fan. I
Mm,
love her. But yeah, I go to
okay.
concerts on occasion, mainly to shoot them. But
Okay. Yeah. So is that
yeah.
is that when you want to, you're saying you want to get more into music? Is it that aspect of it, or is it more, or do you play music?
So I've always like I've always had a guitar and I've always had like a various instruments just in my
Hmm.
presence. But I think for me, I have just this kind of hold up with this perfectionism that ever since I was younger, I've always tried to pick up a guitar and play it and like once you get through that intermediate point where you know the basics, but you're
Hmm.
trying to like nail down the harder stuff, you kind of it's very easy to put it down. And I think like amidst doing everything else, I really want to just try to push through like and do it well.
Hmm.
So I want to learn guitar. I want to learn how to like do physical like tapes, like mixing with actual tapes and like things
Hmm.
like that. Um, I've haven't really got into it. I think I really want to just have like endless free time so that I can learn. Because I love all kinds of music and just listening to it. So I don't know. I have
Hmm.
like an interest and I don't know if
Okay.
it's more for the aura or if it's more for me.
Yeah.
Um, because like camera really kind of fills that like desire of like creating within me, but I
Hmm.
love live performance and I love photographing and capturing it. And
Hmm.
I've always wanted to be on stage with a guitar and play. Um, but I don't know,
Well,
one
you
day.
got, yeah, look, you got a lot of life ahead of you, a lot of experiences to come. So I think that's really cool. Like I think the things that we're really passionate about will, I think they'll eventually, those opportunities will come around sort of like in the
Yeah.
right moment. So it's just sort of like, look, if that's something that excites you, then explore it whenever you have time. But obviously,
Yeah.
you can't burn yourself out. So when you're like living creative, working creative, hobbying creative, sometimes you just need
Right.
a break from the creative and need to go watch 3 movies.
It's true. I mean, I feel like I have 80 hobbies, and it's just like
Hmm.
anything I find I can be a hobby, have as a hobby. So I
Hmm.
think it's like just dabbling in everything. Like I during COVID became a very big crystal girl. That's
Oh,
also
okay.
a good fun fact. I love crystals. I love tarot. I love all of those things.
Hmm.
Um, so now I just have a crazy collection of all these crystals.
Hmm.
Um, but I've never really like delved into it as much as I've wanted to because it's like another thing. Like if I see something and I think it's cool, it immediately is like added to my hobby list and it's like it's super fun. So that's
Hmm.
definitely still a hobby that I have kind of floating around, going to crystal stores,
Okay.
buying
Do you have
stones.
a favorite?
I have a favorite, which is the stone that people don't really um people avoid it. Let's just say that.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it's called moldavite, and it
Mm.
is a transformative crystal, and it's very expensive. I have like a small piece, and it went for like $300 or
Oh,
something like that.
wow.
And people probably
Okay.
like, "What the fuck? Why did you spend that much on a rock?" Um, but it's like a rock that formed from, I believe, a meteor,
Mm.
millions of years ago, and it's supposed to have transformative powers that clean your slate. So you're just
Mm.
like,
Your slate.
there you go. Um,
Full circle.
full circle.
Hmm.
Um, so it's supposed to have these like transformative properties, and when you buy it, the whole thing is that it's going to clear your path and put you on the path that you meant to always be on. And it's
Mm.
that's kind of what it does. But with that, it kind of clears all of the things that are not meant for you out in an expedited way. So it just does everything for you really fast. And I'd love to say that it's just like a little tale and it's not a real I believe it's real because when I bought this crystal like before I graduated, I didn't know I was going to be in LA. Like I didn't know I had no concept of my life like outside of college besides what I
Hmm.
was dreaming of doing, which is living in Manhattan, kind of just like working at a coffee shop, like all these like
Hmm.
very specific stereotypical like kind of Sex in the City dream.
Yeah.
Like that
I'm
was
an
kind of what I
artist and I work at a coffee shop, you know?
that was my dream. That's all I
Very,
wanted.
yeah.
And to a degree, like still, like I still want to kind of be that person, but
Hmm.
I had no interest in LA. Like I still have my New York state plates. Don't tell anyone. I still have my
I
state
still
plates.
have my Minnesota plates. Don't tell anybody. This just between us, okay?
You
This
know,
is a secret. If you're listening, don't tell anyone.
don't tell anyone. Um, but I have such pride for New York. Like I still
Hmm.
have that New York pride that like I will not let down. Like it's there. That plate is staying on that car.
Hmm.
Um, So it just like there was no way. I just had no like even I'm close with my family, so I was like, they're not gonna want me to live in LA all the way across the country. That's not
Yeah.
happening.
Hmm.
Um, and then everything kind of just unfolded in this crazy way. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I believe in this rock now.
Yeah.
I don't
Look,
know.
anything in our lives can have significance,
Yeah,
and I think anything that helps you get to where you're happier is great. So I love that for you.
something to hold
Uh,
on.
exactly. I did have a question about just like growing up so close to New York City because I grew up on a farm on a dirt road about an hour away from a town that had a McDonald's and a Walmart and a bowling alley and a movie theater. So it was like anytime we wanted to do anything, it's like, okay, got get in the car and drive 60 miles. So it'd be like in the summer talking with friends like, "Oh, the new Batman movie came out. Should we go see it?" Yeah, let's check movie times. Oh, the movie starts in 55 minutes. We can make it. We have to leave right now. We have to go so fast. Um and so I was like always just like craving being there,
Yeah.
not being in that city, but being in a big city. And you were just a hop, skip, and a jump from New York City. What was that like growing up so close? I mean, you say you grew up, far. I mean, the way you sort of described it was like you had this dream of being in the city, which was right, to me, I'm like, oh, you're right there. You don't even have to get on a plane.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's It's cool. I mean, growing up on Long Island, like even when I tell people that still, I'll just be like, I'm from New York, broadly speaking, because New York is
Yeah.
a cooler sounding thing.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, it is like a hour train ride and things like
Hmm.
that. And there's a lot happening in New York, obviously, in the city. But like as a kid, I'd go like once a month or every so often, and it was such a big thing because it's a completely different world. Long Island is such
Hmm.
a summer place. It's a summer
Yeah.
town. Like
Uh-huh.
the
It's an
Hamptons,
island.
it's an island. You have Fire Island, you have all these
Yeah.
cool like beachy things. So in the winters, it's like kind of what you were saying. It's like we go to Target. Um, maybe we like find, I don't know, some like cool corny place to go hang out, whether it's
Yeah.
like I don't know, there's not a lot to do here.
Hmm.
Target
Hmm.
is like the most I did in high school. It's like go to Target, go to a local coffee house.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, go to someone's backyard. Like there is
Yep.
not um so every time I go to New York, it was just like you go see a musical or you go see a play. And I was just like,
Hmm.
it's so crazy how close like I am to this action. There's so much happening. And every time I'd go there, I'd be like I need to be here because there's
Mm.
being surrounded by people and just like I don't know,
Art.
growing up in the
Hmm.
hometown, it's cool, but like I'm here now and I'm visiting and I'm just like I love it for the nostalgia purposes. It has so
Yeah.
much nostalgia
Hmm.
throughout, but again, like all I'm doing is like going to Target, going to hang out
Yeah.
with friends. Like there's not a lot. Um,
Yep. Yep.
but it's so sweet because I'll never like live here again for like so it's
Yeah. Does your brother still do work in film? Did he get into the film world too, or did he? No.
no, he actually he's a car guy. He's a big car guy and he
Mm.
owns his own body shop on Long Island because my parents are both very business forward and wanted us
Mm.
to kind of lead our own businesses. And he always loved cars as a kid. So he's kind
Okay.
of doing his own thing with a body shop, which is really
Gotcha.
helpful for me because I have to send my car back from LA and I need him to fix everything on that car.
Nice.
Um, but he's still here. So
Okay, cool. Nice. Jules, we got through so much stuff. This was so fun getting to know you a little bit more. Do you have anything exciting coming up? Do you have anything to plug? If people want to follow you or keep up with you, where can they go?
you can find me on Instagram at Jules Saggio,
Hmm.
or on my photography and cinematography account, Tungsten Taurus,
Okay.
both on Instagram.
I'll put
Main
it
things,
up on screen.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
The main things coming up are just shooting more projects. If anyone ever
Okay.
needs a cinematographer, I'm your girl. Developing more 16 millimeter film, have some cool like shorts and potential features on the line, just some things kind of coming up, all in their very early stages, but I'm excited
Hmm.
to talk more about it down the
Awesome.
line. So it'll be exciting.
Yes. Yes, follow Jules to keep up with what she's up to see those Halloween costumes coming up just a few months away. This is exciting. I have an idea for a costume. I need to start like getting all the pieces together because
Cool.
it's
What is
well, I'll tell you after. I'll tell
Tell
you
me
after. I don't
after.
know if
Tell me
I've talked
after.
to it. Yeah, because I don't want to commit to it publicly yet.
Okay.
It needs some work. But yeah, awesome. Jules, thank you so much for taking the time to come on here and chat with us and teach us about all the things that you do. I thought you had some very fun stories. And yeah, for everyone listening, thank you for if you got this far, leave a comment, leave a like, ask questions if you have questions. Check out our merch, share with your friends, and in the meantime, until next time, stay snatched. Bye.
Bye.